Okay, welcome back to the second conversation. This is all about pricing our services correctly. This one's called The Cost of Making Guests Your Friends. And as you recall, last time we were together, I asked you to go back to your world and to begin identifying those guests that have since become friends and are getting discounts or any kind of free services. Why? Because this particular lesson, I want to quantify, I want to measure what it's costing us long term. One of my favorite slogans is money gets our attention. So let's take a peek at what this issue left unchecked can be costing us long term. Or said another way, if I were able to correct it, what could I gain and earn long term by charging what we're worth? So the way I've done this is over the last several years, I've coached hundreds, probably thousands of people through this process. And one of the first things I take a peek at is I ask them to either bring their, yesterday's or last week appointment books to the class, or when I'm in a salon, I'll take a peek at their book. And lo and behold, show me someone that has this issue, and I'll show you someone that has a couple of price lists. We have prices for guests that we haven't turned into a friend yet, and then more times than not, we have what I call the BFF price list, the Best Friends Forever price list. And when you take a peek at that, you can see that the guest prices for the same services are a little bit more than prices for friends. So typically you take a look at a day, and I have an 11 o'clock haircut, I have a 12 o'clock haircut and color, maybe I have a 1 o'clock haircut. And my 11 o'clock, I look at the ticket, and it's $40. Well, I can tell just by looking that this is a guest that I haven't befriended yet. But when I look at my 12 o'clock haircut, I see a $35 charge, and I know there's a $5 difference there. I also take a peek at the color, and what we charged for the color was $45. Well, when I look at that, that's my BFF price. That's not my regular price. So what is there? That's a $10 difference there. And of course, more times than not, you can see an add-on service like a conditioning treatment. There was no charge at all. So that could be anywhere between another $5 to a $10 difference. Now, I could continue to go on throughout the day. I want to make the point, and here's my point. At the end of a typical day, you do the arithmetic on that, and it's not uncommon to see it, what is it, a $20 to a $25 difference should some of these relationships get cleaned up. Now, at face value, some people would say it's not a big deal, but a little bit of money over time, my friends, makes a big, big difference. I mean, even, let's just say it's a $25 difference in your day, that if these relationships were corrected, that's $25 more dollars. To leave them unchecked, that's $25 less. I work 4 days a week. If I multiply that times 4, what is that? That's $100. My week could get better by $100. And when I look at that over time, if it was $100, and I'm looking at that over a year, 52 weeks, let's just round it off to 50 weeks for a couple of weeks of vacay. I mean, that's a $5,000 issue. And I have no idea what your take home is on $5,000. It's none of my business. But the point I'm making is, whatever that is, and you need to throw in your gratuities, tips, which is probably another $750, give or take, on the $5,000. I mean, you're well over $2,000. I mean, $2,000 is a lot of money. We're talking, 3 house payments, 4 or 5 car payments, credit card payments, child care payments. I mean, it goes on and on. So you're beginning to see that correcting this, the gain for you by beginning to clean up the relationships and really charge what you're worth, that gain for you and your family is profoundly huge. So now that we've done that, I want to give you the assignment. I want you to go back to your world to begin naming and claiming with the intention in taming. I want you to go back, if you can, go back a month. If that's a little bit unsettling for you, go back a week or two. Start taking a peek at what guests have become friends. Go ahead and quantify a little bit what the difference in money is, how many free services, and then at the end, what is it costing you a week or a month or a year to do that? That's going to put us in a much better position, not to talk about what it's costing you, but how much more you're going to earn as we continue to go through the future lessons on how you're going to correct that and really earn what you are worth in charging your menu price. So I'll see you in the next conversation.